Post 1, March 16th, 2010. Did anyone else play The Sims when they were young? It was such a fantastic game. Wasn't it fun to have a wife, husband, kids, a job, and a jacuzzi in your bedroom? Good times. Anyway, I have this weird problem with my game and I was hoping one of you guys could solve it. So, I recently got the game off eBay for £1. There weren't that many bidders and I was willing to pay a lot of money to bring back an old childhood memory. After I installed the game, I immediately launched it. After playing the tutorial to remind me of the game's controls, I made a sim. I called him David and I gave him the cancer personality. Then I moved him into a lot. I made him a cute little bungalow and gave him a job in the medical career. This is my house on the 4th sim day. On the 7th sim day, I finally got him to marry a sim called Truce. Things were going well and by the 11th day my sim had 2 children, Matt and Lisa. On the 15th day, David was in work when his kids were at school. Truce was the only one left in the house and their hunger levels were low, so I decided to make her cook dinner. Just as she was cooking, David arrived and went over to his wife to greet her. The next thing you know, the oven was on fire. Upon being set alight, the flames instantly spread and engulfed Truce. By the time the firemen arrived, Truce was already a pile of ash. After the firemen extinguished the flames, a box came up saying that Truce had died in the fire. I was frustrated by this, but carried on with my game. Strangely, instead of doing obvious things such as take a shower, cooking a meal, etc., in free will state, all he would do was mourn. Of course, if I were to command him to do something else, he would do it, but then he would go straight back to mourning. The kids didn't do the same though, and by the time it was night, I sent all the Sims to bed. At 36 minutes past midnight, I heard David scream. I set the game to normal speed and went up to him. He was in his bed, tossing and turning. He was still doing that horrible scream. I set him as my active sim to check his activity. Instead of showing a picture of a bed and the word sleep, there was a picture of his wife. When I highlighted the picture, the word truce came up. I tried to cancel it, but I couldn't do anything other than watch him scream in his sleep. I haven't seen this before and I was puzzled. Regardless, I felt bad for him. I mean, he lost his wife. It's natural to see him do this. Well, in real life, that would be true, but this is The Sims, not real life. If any of you guys have ever encountered this problem or have a solution, could you please contact me? Thank you. Post 2, March 17th, 2010. Thanks for the feedback, but none of your suggestions have worked. The same thing happened today, mourning all day and screaming all night. I have also noticed that when my sim is in the nightmare state, his fun and comfort and social bar always plummets. I've also sent the guy who gave me a coffee a private message, but he hasn't replied. Keep sending the solutions though, I might find something that works. Thank you. Post 3, March 19th, 2010. Okay, after this post, I'm closing this topic. I just can't take any more of this. So, on the 18th day, he woke up and just sort of stood there, just twitching and shaking. His mood bars were static, but when I commanded him to do something, the game would instantly cancel the activity. When the time hit 8 PM, he started walking. Well, when I say walk, I mean he would stumble awkwardly as if he was freezing cold or being watched. He went up to Matt and grabbed him. He screamed in horror as David dragged him to his bedroom and threw him onto the bed. My eyes widened as I saw David pull out a kitchen knife. He pounced on Matt and started swinging the blade back and forth into Matt's chest. Blood was being splattered in all directions and you could see David pulling out Matt's intestines. Matt's scream was now a faint mumble. David stood up in front of the bed as Matt's body twitched and bled. Suddenly I realized about Lisa. When I activated her, the cursor went to the cupboard and the activity said that she was hiding. I saw David go for the cupboard and he paused. The screen went black and my game crashed. My desktop background had changed to pictures of Matt and Lisa. which were in black and white. I'm going to uninstall the game now, and I want to thank everyone for their suggestions. I'm not sure whether I can play a Sims game again,